In this video, we're going to demonstrate some of the features and functionality of the SafeSurf Beta Pilot remote desktop. As was shown in the setup part of our videos, I'm going to reconnect to the same virtual desktop. Again, the goal of all of this is to create a place where you can go do internet work, and we're hoping in sort of comparative safety, make it more difficult to hurt yourself when you're out on the internet. Having said that, the intention here is that you'll have your host computer with its native browser, and there are some things that will be preferable for using. For example, videos still don't work very well in this remote desktop approach. Having said that, a lot of internet work can be, the browser's pretty spunky, and videos do work. They're just a little choppy. So you should have sound and video in here. You can, put MP3s up here. MP4s won't run, but using something like Audacity, you can convert those to an MP3 file and, use this as your remote video player. So when you connect Iceweasel, or that's the open source version, or I guess the non-branded version of Firefox, will start for you, and it'll remember your tabs that you had open. When you're done with the session, there's a little icon over here that you can click on to log out of. This icon allows you to do force quit, so if something hangs up, you can force quit, and it may take it a little while for the quitting to really go all the way through. And if you're really stuck on something, we want you to contact us, which you can find in the contact information on the website. Up at the top here, you also have a search feature, so you can do searches either by the name of a file, or if you want to search by text, you can put that in. And then over on the left here is the window that shows you the applications that are also up here in addition to Iceweasel Firefox. So there's a little text editor like Notepad. You can do screenshots, little sticky note application, a bunch of games. There's a graphics application. This allows you to sort of edit images and things like photographs and so on, sort of the way the Adobe applications do. In addition to Iceweasel, there is a email application that is again the non-branded version of Thunderbird, an instant messenger, Skype, and Ramina is a way that you can remote desktop from your virtual section to a Windows remote desktop if you were so inclined to do that. And then there's an Office set of applications, including the equivalent of Microsoft Word and Excel and so on. So the intention here is to give you a pretty full functioning desktop, where the idea is not that you're going to do everything here, but when you go out on the internet, you have enough functionality to open up documents and spreadsheets, and hopefully perform a lot of the types of tasks that you would need to do while you're using the computer. This will also play video and sound, I think I mentioned, so I use it to play my MP3s. Just a couple other pieces of functionality. There's a section of the remote machine where you can put data. It's this eCrypt documents path, and things that get put in there we actually can't see if we were so inclined to do on the server. So that's sort of another level of privacy. Again, with our goal of, unlike Google and seems like all the phone apps, we're not spying on you. We're trying to our business model is to create a safe, private place where you can do work. Let me just show you a couple other quick things. The way that the printing works in this is a couple things. Sort of like the Mac, you can print things to a PDF file if you want. So I could just name this something and call it PDF, and it would output it as a PDF, which is kind of handy. Or there's a printing app on here, and what this does is it takes it a second for it to happen, but it sends a file down to my computer, and it comes in the form of an Adobe PDF, and that is a way to print from the remote desktop session out to my local printer, which is sort of handy. It can be a little flaky at times, so periodically I find I have to restart the remote session to make it all go, but on the whole it works pretty well. And then let's see. Inside of Iceweasel, just want to mention there is another search engine, which actually Firefox is making available widely now. So what this search engine does is it gets you out of sort of the Google tunnel and allows you to do searches where no one is sort of spying on what your searches are about. So it's called DuckDuckGo. It's you can see here it's an SSL connection, and the Google one that we have here too also is an SSL connection. And then last but not least, to stop the session, there's this green icon up here, so I just click on that and log out and close it down. So at this point I still have the X2Go application running, so I can either minimize that, or if I want, I can shut it down all the way and get back to my desktop, and then the next time I want to start up my session, I just double click on this app or the shortcut to my session, and take a second to connect, and in that period of time the session will come up again. Maybe last but not least to mention is that you really need a decent internet connection for this all to work. So if you're trying to make this go over a DSL, we wouldn't recommend it. You really want something like broadband or Fios to make this go. So that's a quick tour of our what the remote desktop, virtual desktop looks like, and some of its functionality, and we appreciate your taking a look.